welcome back to the channel. I have here with me the 4 commander decks for Dungeons and Dragons Battleful Baldur's Gate set. So in the next videos I'll be opening one by one the Party Time, the Mind Flayers, the Draconic Descent, and Exit for Exiles. Don't forget to subscribe and stay tuned for all these decks. This video will be dedicated to Exit from Exile, where Baldur, Dread of the Wolf Herald, is the commander. We can see she likes to play with wolves. She's a druid with 2 wolves. So, beyond the battlefield, join Baldur in the wilderness and cast countless cards from exile, and get rewarded each time you do. Use your ability to hunt down your strongest cards, then trample your opponent with giant creatures. I'm feeling that we've seen many of these decks, so let's try to understand what this one is different. So we'll learn about Baldur inside. Let's see what is inside. Take it from the bottom here. We pull this. Like this. Yep. And then the commander deck. Some reason is here, sometimes it's here, so they've tried different boxes, sometimes it's under there. They try different versions. Then inside you have the box is good for you to store. This is trash. Then you have the life tile to count your life points. Then you also have collector booster sample pack to tease you a little bit to spend more money into more wizards products, which I don't do. Okay, so just for the sake of fun here, we got an Under Mountain Adventurer, which is a rare extended art, and a Kaga Shadow Archdruid. Okay, that's it. Okay. Then, each deck comes with this piece of paper that tells you a bit more about Magic and Commander. So the strategy for the deck, the rules for Commander, if you're unaware of the format yet, which I would find that strange. So there's Baldur and the wolves. And let's learn a little bit more what Baldur is. Baldur leads a militant sect known as the Shadow Druids. The Shadow Druids believe that the natural world and civilization exists in a state of perpetual war. Cities, roads, and towns press eternally against the border of the wilderness. Left unchecked, civilization clear-cuts forests, transforms verdant meadows into tightly controlled farmland, and shackles or slays animals that fall into its clutches. Without an equally aggressive, continuous, and uncompromising response, the natural world days are numbered. So she's a green activist, that's it. So Baldur sees herself as the response to this oppression. Adopted by the Shadow Druids as a young child, Baldur has been thoroughly indoctrinated into their beliefs. Now she leads them as they fight to push back civilization's relentless march. Baldur is unwindly in her beliefs, even helping adventurers in doing so furthers her own goals, but instantly turning against them if they oppose her aims. With her dread wolves? What's that? I know dire wolves, but dread wolves? Horrid beasts driven by her vengeance at her side, Baldur is a potent ally and a deadly enemy. Okay, so the wolves look deadly. The druid, I'm not so sure, but well, anyway, let's take a look at that. At her, let's get to know better this deck. And the commander. Okay. So, let's take the crap out. Baldur. 3 mana, 3/3, whenever you cast a spell from exile, or a land enters the battlefield under your control from exile, you create a 2/2 green wolf. Okay, so she will create wolves every time something comes from exile. Discard a card, exile the top card of your library, you may play it this turn. So you need to sacrifice a card in order to get an exile, in order to play that, in order to create a wolf. Doesn't seem that strong, but the rest of the deck will tell. So there's also here then as a secondary commander, you have another legendary creature which comes with a background. So these two will form the colors that you need. Durnan of the Yawning Portal. Whenever Durnan attacks, look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may exile a creature from among them. Put the rest on the bottom for as long as the card remains exiled. If you may cast it, this spell as Undaunted. It costs 1 less for each opponent. Oh, never seen this. And you can, okay, so you exile cards when he attacks and they come cheaper. And the background will say, commander creatures you own have, whenever you cast a spell from exile, this creature deals damage equal to the spell. Ah, okay. So yes, that's a good, because it will damage the opponents for everything that you cast from exile. That makes sense. That makes sense. Delayed Blast Fireball. Delayed Blast Fireball deals 2 damage to each opponent and each creature they control. If this spell was cast from exile, it deals 5 damage. Okay, so I guess many of the cards will say if cast from exile to become stronger. And then there's Foretell. Ah, so Foretell exile the cards face down. Okay, so so this will be a Foretell deck. It will be a Foretell deck. But then you need to pay. So you pay 2, okay, goes to exile, and then you pay 6 to cast it later. And then if you pay 6, you are casting something from exile. It gives 5 damage. And triggers all the abilities from the commander. Yeah. Nolfeshni. Strange name. Whenever you cast a spell from exile, copy it. You may choose new targets. Green slime. Enters the battlefield. Counter target activated ability. Has flash. Or triggered ability. If permanent ability is countered this way, destroy that permanent with Foretell. So it stays there. And then pay 2, and then later on you pay 3 and you cast it. Oh, so these enchantments that you need to throw a die. The Journey to the Lost City. Clean Kali Hunter. A Scorpion Scout. It goes to Adventure. Venture forward, my friends. Saravok Stone. Aurora Phoenix. The Bone Crusher Giant. Dire Fleet Daredevil. The Indiana Jones Pirate. The Dream Pillager. I like the wings. Oh, and Natali. Very powerful. The Greater Gargadam. Suspend 10. Okay, so you just pay 1 and comes with suspend 10, or you pay 10, comes immediately. Sacrifice an artifact, creature, or land, remove 1-time counter. Okay. So if you have lots of tokens and things, you can... Oh, land as well. Okay. That's cool. Sounds cool. Sounds like, yeah. But then if you... I think so. No, there's no Foretell here. I'm not sure how this connects with the rest of the deck, because if you cast it from exile, it still comes with suspend, so yeah, not sure, but it looks cool. Ignite the Future, Izzet Chemister, Jessica's Will, Laelia the Blade Reforger, so she also needs some reforging because, oh, she's a spirit. Mizu Mortars. Outpost Siege. It's a rare. Stolen Strategy. The Tectonic Giant. Urabrask the Hidden. Warstorm Surge. Wild Magic Sorcerer. The first spell you cast from Exile as Cascade. Dangerous, that's dangerous. Arasta of the Endless Web. Battle Mammoth. And Race Forerunners. Azuri's Predations. Hornet Queen. Lovestruck Beast. Managorger Hydra. The Primeval Bounty. Return of the Wellspeaker. The Sandworm. Sweet Gum Recluse. Looked like a one-piece attack. Gum, whatever. Vivian, Champion of the Wilds, Planeswalker. Escape to the Wilds. There's a portal for you to escape to the Wilds. Another one, another planes. Xenagus, the Reveler. Xenagus. Chaos Wand. Castle Embereth. The Cinderblade. Game Trail. Casting Wolf Run. Casting Castle Run. Mossfire Valley. Mossworth Bridge. With Hideaway. Raging Ravine. Spine Rock Knoll. Temple of Abaddon. Okay, some lands, and then Nature's Lore. Signet. Commander Tower. Demon Bolt. Embereth. Shieldbreaker. Light Up the Stage. Volcanic Torrent. Beanstalk Giant. Beast Within. Cultivate. Explore. Kodama's Reach. Natural Reclamation. Sakura Tribe Elder. Search for Tomorrow. Steve. Also known as Steve. Terramorph. 3 Visits. Bloodbraid Elf. Grumgully the Generous. Soul Ash. Brighton Woodland. And now you have the lands, right? Temple of False Gods, and then the mountains and the forests. That's it. Then when it comes to tokens. Worm, beast, human, insects for the Hornet Queen. And then you have the dungeon. Wolves, yeah, lots of wolves. Spiders, satyrs, and the Phyrexian beasts. Done. So this was Exit from Exile. Baldur. I hope you liked this video to the point that you consider hitting that like button and subscribing, especially because I have a playlist fully dedicated to Magic the Gathering, lots of content. You can check that, all the products that I brought there, as well as for other biggest card games out there in the market and board games in general. Also, recently I launched a new kind of content which I call the Table Talks, where I'm interviewing people, getting to know their projects, their profiles, their stories, while playing board games online. So I definitely think you will find interesting content in the channel to consider subscribing and be part of this community. Thank you very much, and I hope to see you in the next video. Goodbye.